and then invited us, actually, I might be joining the Workforce Development Board as a member of the board. So these connections just snowball, and you never know where it's going to lead. So if we hadn't done this, we wouldn't have done that, and then if we don't do that, we don't know where that's going to lead afterward. So, yeah, good question. Thank you. All right, thank you all.
Good morning. My name is Suad Basham. I am the Director for School-Based Services at Jewish Family and Children's Services of Northern New Jersey, JFCS. JFCS is a human service agency. We've been around for about 65 years in Teaneck. We provide mental health services for individuals, for families, for individuals, children, couples. We provide senior services, Holocaust survivors, case management, kosher meals on wheels. We do emergency service. We provide support and group programs and after-school programming. And so today I'm going to talk about our partnerships in after-school programming with two of our school districts. Our Cliffside Park School District, our partnership started with them in 2002 under the 21st Century Grant. And so what we've been able to do with them is really provide mental health for the students. We try to eliminate all obstacles so that our children get the mental health that they need. And so through this partnership that started in 2002 and we continue today, we have therapists that actually go into the school system and provide counseling services for our students. Oh, hi. And so our clinicians are now part of the faculty and part of the school. The children see our clinicians go in and out of the building, and it's an opportunity for when the children need someone to talk to, or we set up appointments during their breaks and their lunch periods in the high schools as well as the middle school and the grade schools. The children get the help that they need, and the parents have obstacles eliminated that help them with their children. And so I want to share a story with you about one of our students. We have a 10-year-old, Emma, who started, she's been with us for about a year now with our clinician. And so she started to advocate for herself and setting up play dates with friends and being vocal about her needs. She has built her self-esteem. She's confident. She's confident and has built positive self-statements and challenging negative doubts and thoughts. Her parents have reported that she's more confident, that she is now willing to be more open, and has improved academically as well in school because of the counseling services that she receives. In our Fort Lee School District, that program looks a little different. Our Fort Lee School District after-school program, we have teachers, teacher aides, and paraprofessionals from the school district that work in our after-school program. And each of our after-school programs are designed to fit the needs of the communities that we're serving. And so for the Fort Lee School District, academic was sort of the drive for the after-school program. They wanted to be sure that the children got the academic assistance that they needed, and for the parents, homework was big as well. And so the teachers, when they're released from their contract at 3:30, those who work for us come into the after-school program and they help our students with their homework. And so between 3:30 and about 4:30, 5 o'clock, the teachers are with us to help the students in any capacity as far as homework goes. And so the teacher aides and the paraprofessionals who also work in the program implement enrichment and structural recreation so that it's not totally academic, because the children do get tired during the school day, and so that the after-school program is also a fun place for them to go. One of the things that I love most about the after-school program and our partnership in Fort Lee is that because it is the school district and it is the staff from the school day, they know their kids, they know exactly what's happening with them, And we're able to work together, that if there's a child or something that's going on, that we can help the child as well as a family overall. And so I'm going to share another story with you. In October, our Club Ed staff noticed David, one of our third graders, had began to exhibit behavioral issues. This was not the David that they knew. David had become aggressive with his peers and was easily angered. Most days, he refused to listen and follow directions. It seemed like the site supervisor was speaking to one of his parents every day at the time of pickup. By the end of October, David's mom didn't know what to do. She had shared with our site supervisor, she and her husband were getting divorced, and clearly it was affecting David. Mom had also shared with David, with the site supervisor, that David's school teacher had expressed the same concerns. Knowing this information, our site supervisor forged an action plan with David's parents, the school day teacher, after-school teacher, and the school guidance counselor to help David. Today, David knows when walking away from a situation, he knows how to express himself verbally rather than taking action. He also understands now that although his parents are going through this transition, that they're still his parents, and that he doesn't need to act out. And so I see this as a perfect example of how our staff, the school staff, come together in helping our children.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh. I'm very technical. Good morning.
That worked.
That works.
Sorry about that. Hello. Good morning. My name is Becky Serico. I'm from the Performing Arts School at the Bergen PAC. We're very excited to be here today to tell you a little bit about all of the amazing work we're doing. So for those of you who aren't already aware, down the street from the theater, we have a performing arts school where we have about 1,000 kids who come throughout the year after school and for summer camps for classes in music, dance, and theater. In addition to that, we have an incredible outreach program that has grown from 48 schools 4 years ago to now we are in 139 schools, if you can believe that. And one of our major goals in that program is, of course, to go into the community and provide resources and as much help as we can. But we are tying music, dance, and theater to important topics, important life topics. So, we have the slide, please. Okay, so I just wanted to share about two. We have many programs, but two that I just wanted to briefly share about with you. This is our Voices in Harmony program. This is a program for students with special needs. It is a partnership with ASA, ASAH. It's an organization that has private schools where the entire school is special needs students. This is our third year. In the first year, we worked with one school, the Felician School in Lodi, and it was, we put together a performance on the main stage of the Bergen PAC in music, dance, and theater, and thanks to funding and support from our school partners, we have grown to, now we have 18 schools where the entire school is special needs students. They participate in this performance. We've also been able to add in-school residencies. So in the first year, the teachers had to prepare the students on their own for the performance at Bergen PAC. Now we have teachers going in all throughout the year, once a week, working with the students and preparing them. Last year, we're getting ready to do this performance actually on Sunday, March 24th at 2 p.m. But last year we had 277 students who participated, and it's not a dry eye in the house. I mean, you have students with a variety of mental and physical challenges who may be nonverbal and they can get up and sing, which we've actually learned through this process. It's a different side of the brain that handles speaking versus singing, so it's just unbelievable, and we're so grateful to be able to offer this program. And the other program I wanted to talk about is Chasing the Dragon. This is, like I mentioned, we do a lot of work tying performing arts to important life topics, and unfortunately, as we're all aware, the opioid epidemic is a big issue. So we're going into middle schools trying to reach the kids when we feel we can make the biggest impact. And this is our first year for this program. We received funding from Lakeland Bank, the FBI Citizens Academy, and Hackensack Meridian Health to offer assembly programs in 12 schools. And really happy to see Mr. Thomas. Our first assembly program was with the Janice Dismas Middle School, and he was absolutely incredible, helping prepare the kids for, that's an important thing, making the kids aware and preparing them of what they're about to experience, because it's heavy. The FBI agent gets up and speaks, and then we have Dr. Michael Kelly from Hackensack Hospital, who talks about it from a different angle. He's an orthopedic surgeon, so he's had stories of athletes who have had surgery and have then gone into, unfortunately, become addicted and have issues. And then we have a hip hop artist who does beatboxing and rapping about what the kids are learning, and then creates murals, and then the students, so he creates this beautiful mural, and then the students are able to have the mural hung up in their school, and they can sign it and add to it, and it's their pledge to remain drug-free and retain the very important information that they've learned. So really exciting, deep work that we're doing these days. Can I have the next slide? So who do we serve? Yes, like I mentioned, Voices in Harmony is the special needs community, and we have a variety of ages in that. For those of you who don't know, though most of you probably do know, the special needs goes up to age 21. So typically we're serving ages 10 to 21 in these schools. And with Chasing the Dragon, like I mentioned, middle school and occasionally high school as well when the need arises. And our partners, as you can see, we have a lot of partners we're working with on this. Voices in Harmony, various foundations, the different schools. We have a family, the Haziotis family, who's a private donor. And for Chasing the Dragon, as I mentioned, the Lakeland Bank, the FBI, and Hackensack Meridian Health. The next slide. Okay, so what makes our programs great? Like I mentioned, the growth we have seen from starting in one school and having just a performance on the main stage to now 18 schools throughout New Jersey, having teachers come into the school every week and then producing the final performance on the main stage. Let's see. Yep, I think everything else up there I mentioned. So thank you very much. We're really grateful, like I said, to be able to serve so many students in the community. This 139 schools is reaching 16,000 students, so we're very grateful to be able to touch so many lives. So thank you so much.
So, I bet you're brimming with questions for these folks. And what we're going to do is actually go into different breakouts where you have a chance to have a more informal setting and actually ask your questions, and then start thinking about partnerships in a broader way. And the four breakout topics that we have are fostering workforce readiness, and that is in the chorus room. The chorus room is sort of coming out of here and around the bend, okay? And John and Mariam will be in that session. And then the next one is supporting students with special needs. That is Becky and Julian. And that is going to be in the ethics room. So you'll actually go out and there's a little bridge, and you'll go over the bridge, and the ethics room is a nice cozy room where you can speak to each other there. And then providing mentorship will be Linda and Ismelda, and that will be the classroom directly behind the auditorium. And then offering before and after school support will be Suad and Jonathan, and that's the classroom over here, K07, basically directly that way. Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. Think about your top one that you want to go to, and then think about sort of a backup, because we want about the same number of people in all of the various breakout sessions, because you guys are going to be coming up with ideas, and we want to make sure that each idea has a good selection of what you're going to do. Okay, so just decide where you want to go.